Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to Konexio Technical Insights. I am Rahul Randeria, and I will be conducting today's show. Today, we would be discussing regarding the trends, the setups, the technical indicators, and the candlestick patterns on the Nifty, Bank Nifty, as well as the different asset classes. First of all, let us discuss what we have mentioned in our last video. In our last video, we have mentioned that though the prices in the Nifty are into over territory, Nifty might consolidate at higher levels and we might see some sort of profit booking coming at the higher levels. But that didn't happen so. Nifty slowly and gradually rallied and sustained at the higher levels. We were expecting some sort of profit booking, but that didn't happen as per our expectation, and Nifty ended on a positive note. But still, as we said in our earlier video, still we are to that particular view that Nifty being into overbought territory at these levels, the prices are getting overstretched on the hourly charts. Even on the daily charts, if you will see on the screen the Nifty daily charts. Nifty has been moving in an upward rising channel, where RSI you can clearly see in the RSI also. Nifty has been taking or facing some sort of resistance at upward rising channel area, whereas I have marked RSI into a red circle, you can clearly see. And that particular overbought area was visited maybe in November, December 2020 and January 2021. You can clearly see on the RSI. After that, Nifty has witnessed a correction that was a sizable correction, and at current levels also we are expecting or we are having a view that we might see some sort of profit booking type of correction at the higher levels. So RSI coming into over territory, which was earlier and which has proven earlier that in that area we have seen in the past that corrections are that intend to come in this particular overbought area. So one needs to be highly cautious at these levels. Yes, the primary trend is intact, but looking at this overbought setup, we feel that some sort of profit booking might come in the next week or in coming days. So one needs to be cautious. Yes, there might be stock specific action. So traders need to keep focus on stock specific action also. So one needs to be cautious in Nifty, try to book profits at the high levels, and we might see some sort of profit booking or selling pressure in Nifty in the coming days. So one need to be cautious or cautiously bullish at this level, or traders should trade with strict stop losses. The trend deciding level, I mean to say the Friday's low should be used either a stop loss for those who are long in Nifty, or those who want to trade short in Nifty should wait for Friday's lows to be breached, and then one can create fresh short positions from these levels. So overall view remains cautious, book profits at the higher levels. Now let us discuss the supports and resistance levels in the Nifty for the next week. So the important support in the Nifty are placed at 17,202. Below that, the next support is at 17,055, and below that, the third support is at 16,915. Whereas on the upside, the first resistance is placed at 17,496. Among that, the second resistance is at 17,670, and third resistance is at 17,846. Now let us discuss Bank Nifty. On Bank Nifty also, you will see on the daily charts, Bank Nifty has been struggling into a broad consolidation range, or we might call it as a congestion range. Whenever Bank Nifty has approached 37,000 mark, we have seen that it has come under selling pressure, intense selling pressure multiple times. 16,500, 36,500 and 37,000 has acted as a major resistance area, where for multiple times, maybe you can clearly count on the charts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 8 times. Bank Nifty has faced strong resistance near 36,700 and 37,000 mark. And again on the RSI also, whenever Bank Nifty has tested the comfort, the upper range of the comfort mark, I mean to say 65 or 75, you can clearly see a darker area. Bank Nifty has also seen selling pressure coming in. So definitely looking at the daily pattern, the the congestion range, RSI getting little bit tilted downside. So we might see some sort of selling pressure or profit booking coming in the Bank Nifty also. So traders need to be highly cautious. Those who are long in Bank Nifty also, and one should trade with strict stop losses. So the strategy would remain book profits if there is any kind of pullback, 0.5% or 1% bounce back in Bank Nifty also. So now let us discuss the important supports and resistance in Bank Nifty. So important supports in the Bank Nifty are placed at 36,469. Below that, the next support is at 36,132, and third support is at 35,305. Now, on the upside, the resistance are placed at 37,140. Above that, the next resistance is at 37,447, and third resistance is at 37,709. So most probably these are the supports and resistance in Bank Nifty. Now the overall, looking at the charts, the overall view in Nifty and Bank Nifty remains to be to get cautious at the higher levels and try to book profits at the higher levels, as we are expecting some sort of selling pressure or profit booking might come in the next week due to the overbought setup of the markets. Now let us come to the third segment of our analysis, which is option analysis. Here we would discuss, the the rise in the open interest of the particular strike price in calls and puts in Nifty and Bank Nifty. So now let us discuss what we have observed in Nifty. In Nifty, out of the money calls, we have seen the rise in the open interest of the strike price, where are 37,400. You can clearly see on the screen that there has been a rise in the open interest in 37,400 calls, then 17,400 calls, then 17,500 calls, and 17,600 then Nifty calls. So clearly, it is indicating that there has been a rise in the open interest as well as the rise in percentage change. I mean, there's a slightly rise in that particular uh, premium prices. Where looking at the percentage change, we might feel that the smart money is indicating some sort of caution at this high level or some sort of exhaustion, because there has been not a strong spike in the percentage change. Definitely, I feel that on the upside, 17,500 could act as a major resistance from these levels. Now in Nifty puts, you will see on the screen, the rise in the open interest was seen in 17,200 puts, then 17,100 puts, and 17,000 out of the money puts. Again, here you can clearly see there has been a strong rise in the open interest in this particular out of the money puts, which are 17,200 puts, 17,100 puts, and 17,000 puts. Here we can clearly see that there has been a drop in the options premium. There has been a rise in the open interest, and there has been, and IBs are also on the higher side. So we might see 17,000 might act as a strong support area on the downside. So looking at this option analysis, we feel that there has been a strong writing seen in 17,000 puts. So on the upside, we feel that 17,500 could act as a major resistance, and on downside 17,000 could act as a important support. So now this is the range where Nifty might trade for the next week. Now let us come to the option analysis in Bank Nifty. In Bank Nifty calls, we have seen that uh, the activity in the open interest was seen in 37,000 calls, then 37,200 calls, and 37,500 out of the money calls. In Bank Nifty, you can here clearly see that there has been a rise in or the change in the open interest, as well as the change in percentage change has been significant. You can see, and the IBs are also significantly higher in this Bank Nifty out of the money calls options. So here it is clearly a strong indication that there has been a strong writing of the out of the money calls in Bank Nifty. The strong writing has been seen in 37,200 calls and 37,500 calls. So on the upside from these levels, 37,200 might act as a major resistance in Bank Nifty in the coming days. So definitely we might see exhaustion or profit booking coming in Bank Nifty also if there is any kind of bounce back from these levels. So those who are long in Bank Nifty should be cautious at the higher levels and should uh, follow strict stop loss while going long in Bank Nifty. So now let us discuss Bank Nifty puts. In Bank Nifty puts, the rise in the open interest was seen in 36,500 puts. You can clearly see on the screen. Then 36,000 puts, then 35,700 puts. Here also you can clearly see that there has been a rise in the open interest. There has been a drop in the options premium. Again, there has been a rise in the implied volatility. So this clearly indicates that strong support could be seen around 35,700 in Bank Nifty on the downside for next week. So most probably the range would be 37,200 in Bank Nifty on the upside, whereas the strong support might be seen at 35,700 on the downside in Bank Nifty. So here we can looking at the option analysis in Nifty and Bank Nifty. Again, if we combine that with the chart patterns, it clearly indicates that the overall setup in on the index are indicating that we might see some sort of selling pressure or profit booking coming in the Nifty and Bank Nifty for next week. So traders need to be cautious if they are long. Trade with strict stop losses and try to book profits at the higher levels. So strategy would be sell on rise in Nifty and Bank Nifty at least for the next week. Now let us come to the final segment of today's show, which is positional call. I've identified one stock which is GAIL. You will see on the screen the GAIL, the stock has formed or it has given a downward falling wedge breakout on the daily charts. The volumes are also slightly rising day by day. The stock has given a breakout, but it is waiting for an impulsive move. But looking at the daily setup, and RSI is also indicating some sort of a positive trend from the lows which has made in the mid July. So which clearly indicates that the stock is quite poised for an upside rally from the current levels. So positional traders, swing traders, long-term investors can accumulate gain from the current levels. The current market price is 147. One can accumulate from current levels, which is 147 to 140, for an upside position target of 170 to 175 in next 4 to 5 months. So definitely traders, investors can accumulate the stock at current levels and on dips for an upside target of 170 to 175 for short to medium term. So thank you very much, friends, for watching the show. Any suggestion you can give into comment box. Have a nice trading day. Thank you.